And Commissioner McCann, the pledges, please.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to serve you in this county today. I pray peace and unity, wisdom and clarity over this meeting, and we just pray for Henderson County that it would flourish as you have designed it to flourish, and that we would get to play a part of that. We love you, Lord, and we trust you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Brother Wheatgrass, thank you very much. All right. The time is 9:01. We do have a quorum, so we will call this meeting of Commissioners Court to order. Are there any citizens' comments?
No, sir.
The next item at this time is court announcements, and I'd like to pass this portion over to our Sheriff, Bodie Hillhouse.
Good morning, Court. Thank you for allowing me a little time to make a presentation to some great officers and nursing staff we have that are employed and working here in the Henderson County Jail. And today I wanted to take a moment to recognize the extraordinary act that unfolded within the walls of the Henderson County Jail on June 28th, 2025, an event that reminded us why our work carries such profound importance. A little over a month ago, an inmate at the Henderson County Jail made a serious attempt to harm himself, inflicting a deep laceration to his arm. In that moment, our correctional staff and our nursing team didn't hesitate. They moved quickly, decisively, and with calm professionalism. Their swift response not only stabilized a critical situation, it saved a life. To our detention officers and our deputies, your diligence and training and steady presence at the front lines are the backbone of our operation. You're the eyes and the ears of safety, and when seconds mattered, you responded not with panic but with purpose. To our nursing staff, your steady hands, compassionate and clinical precision turned urgency into care. You stabilized the injury, you treated the trauma, and you ensured that this individual received the chance to heal, not just physically but perhaps emotionally as well. This wasn't just a medical response, it was a deeply humane response. You saw a person in crisis and chose action over apathy. That marks the true professionalism and deserves recognition. We often speak of duty, protocol, and policy, but today we speak of courage, compassion, and the kind of quiet heroism that doesn't make headlines but changes lives behind the scene. Thank you for being the kind of people who make Henderson County proud. Thank you for being the kind of team that we aspire to serve beside, and let us continue to lead with our hearts and to act with strength, and never forget that every life, no matter the circumstance, is worth saving. We did have an inmate that attempted to take his life, and I see a lot of tragedy. I've seen a lot of bad crime scenes. And when I got this picture from nursing staff that was sent to me, what they were dealing with, I didn't think this individual was going to make it just from this picture. Usually when somebody has that much blood loss, they don't make it. But with the concern and the caring individuals that we have at the Henderson County Sheriff's Office and Henderson County Jail, they responded. They did what they needed to do, and this gentleman is still with us today in a different facility. He wasn't even here on a Henderson County charge. So with that being said, I wanted to take just a moment to recognize these individuals and give out some awards. And it's really an honor to give these awards out because I've been doing this for 27 years now, and to be honest with you, not very many life-saving awards are actually given out. Usually, a lot of times we get there too late, And a lot of times the outcome isn't the one that we anticipate or want, but because of the work that these individuals did, we were actually able to give out these awards. So with that being said, I would like to call up Sergeant Maria McCarley, Corporal George Quigg, Deputy Cliff Arnold, Deputy Landon Armstrong, Detention Officer Marcus Rice, Detention Officer Caleb Blaine, Detention Officer Emily Rodriguez, Detention Officer Caleb Taylor Caldwell, Nurse Tiffany Moreno, Nurse Jackie Norris, and Nurse Bree Sessions. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I started back there in that jail, and that's where I set the dreams to become the sheriff, and people like you are the reason that I do what I do. Y'all make me look good. The nursing staff makes me look good, makes Henderson County look good on a daily basis, and I appreciate everything that each one of you do on a daily basis. It doesn't go unnoticed. I promise you, this court is behind us. They stay behind us, and everybody's got your back, and just thank you for what y'all do.
If y'all would, the paper would like to get a picture, if y'all would come together. Sheriff, thank you. You know, on this court announcements section, we wanted to get this put in here. It is an announcement in that we recognize the good work of these people in our operations. So with that, we will move to item 1, which is consider and take action on minutes of previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on July 29th, 2025. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the minutes of Commissioners Court regular session July 29, 2025 as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and seconded by Commissioner Spivey to approve the minutes of July 29th, 2025 as presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item number 2 is consider and take action on request for refund of overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have 12 refund checks for court approval totaling $166,591.38.
Court, questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to, on the request for refund of overpayment of taxes.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, and seconded by Commissioner McCann to approve the request for overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector as presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you, ma'am.
I think I'm number 3.
Next item is the fun one, so please bear with me as I read out all of these entities' names. Item number 3 is consider and take action on property tax collection contracts between Henderson County and the following authorities: Athens ISD, Brownsboro ISD, Crossroads ISD, Eustis ISD, Frankston ISD, LaPorter ISD, Malakoff ISD, Murchison ISD, Trinidad ISD, City of Athens, City of Brownsboro, City of Caney City, City of Chandler, City of Enchanted Oaks, City of Eustis, City of Frankston, City of Log Cabin, City of Malakoff, City of Payne Springs, City of Seven Points, City of Star Harbor, City of Toole, City of Trinidad, Athens Municipal Water Authority, Henderson County Levy District Number 3, Lakeview Mud. No, is it a mud? It says MDD. Lakeview MDD, Trinity Valley Community College, Emergency Service Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12. These are the contracts being presented today by the tax assessor collector for the collections of these entities' levy.
Yes, sir. We're just seeking court approval for the 25 tax collection contracts.
Okay. Court, we do this every year. Questions? And we are approving this in form when they'll get sent out once they return. I believe in the motion, we need to have authorization of all necessary parties, being the judge and the tax assessor collector, I believe.
I'll make a motion to approve the property tax collection contracts between Henderson County and those entities mentioned with all signatures necessary.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann and seconded by Commissioner Tooley to approve the property tax collection contracts between Henderson County and the previously stated entities, authorizing the tax assessor collector and the county judge to sign. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is consider and take action to accept or reject the proposed bankruptcy plan for Purdue Pharma LP and execution of the subdivision participation and release form. Mr. Strong, or Mr. Davis, sorry.
I'm going to take this one. Go ahead.
Okay.
We received word from our attorneys, as we know, we have the ongoing opioid litigation, and one of the big players in that is Purdue Pharma. They were actually the manufacturer of Oxycontin, which is one of the big opioid drugs that led to this epidemic. But Purdue had entered into bankruptcy, and so they have filed bankruptcy. They've secured a $7.4 billion settlement. And so our options today is we either accept the bankruptcy plan, and we don't know how much we would receive out of that, but the bankruptcy trustee will develop a plan, and obviously we're one of thousands of debtors, and so they will make those distributions in accordance with the plan, and or we have the ability to reject that plan, and then we could continue to pursue with Purdue on our own. It's our attorney's recommendation. He cannot be here. John is normally the attorney that comes down and presents these things. He cannot be here today. We're under a time frame from the bankruptcy court to either have our acceptance or rejection filed, and so we're trying to get this done, and which is why I'm presenting it. But their recommendation is that we accept the bankruptcy plan and wait until our distribution and allocation is determined by the bankruptcy trustee. That would also be our recommendation, would be that we accept that plan.
Court, questions?
And then if we didn't accept it, then we would have to be on our own because we would not be in that group.
Yes, yeah, we would not be considered in that group. Again, they're going to carve out this plan for that certain group, and that would be done under your bankruptcy. When you file for bankruptcy, of course, that's in the federal court system. Bankruptcy courts, they will assign a trustee that oversees all of the assets of the debtor and all of the debts, and they will develop that plan and make allocations and distributions. And you have to realize $7.4 billion sounds like a lot, but you have thousands, if not tens of thousands, of claimants, and some of those are much larger. I mean, you think of larger counties, larger municipalities. We're relatively small, even though that sounds like a lot of money. Our percentage, as we've seen with the other settlements, I mean, you all know we've seen the other settlements that the numbers sound really big until you start splitting that pie up. Yeah.
Further questions?
How long have we been litigating this? 3 years now? 5?
Yeah. And I would think we're getting real close to the end. This is one of the last holdouts. And they were the last holdout because they were one of the larger ones,
Well, one thing, if you would, each one of these agreements we've entered into, they vary. There's not a cookie cutter. I mean, some you have a short payout, some you have a multi-year payout to get this. Could
Yes.
you explain a little bit of that?
Absolutely.
And to the county.
Yeah, and of course they're structuring each of these with these what they believe these companies' abilities to pay are, because again, you can assess whatever agreement you want, but if they have the inability to pay it, if they're not solvent at the end of the day, you're going to end up getting zero regardless of what your agreement, and you're going to force more and more of them. So many of them, they are structured payments over a period of time. There's some where they guarantee a certain amount, that we're guaranteed a certain amount, but it's going to be paid over a period of time. And of course, they vary so much because it's interesting. They can track through the data, how many prescriptions were issued for this certain type of drug in Henderson County versus other cities. They know exactly how many were issued by Walgreens or CVS, which were also parties to this litigation, and so it also varies so much because you may have drug use that's higher in one part of the country than you do in other parts of the country, because we're not just talking about Texas, we're talking about the United States. I forget which drug it was, but there was the county that there was a small county in Kentucky that if you did the math, everybody in the county would have had like 6 prescriptions for some sort of painkillers. And so proportionally, it looks like on paper they received a higher payout. But they base all of this models on, and specifically with Purdue, will come down to how much OxyContin did we have being distributed here in our county.
Any further questions or comments concerning this?
And one of the things, just to make clear,
Yeah.
that this deal that we were in and the $7.4 billion is just not the state of Texas, it's nationwide?
Nationwide. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, we actually have 2 items we have to take action on in this motion, and that is either accepting or rejecting the proposed bankruptcy plan and approval of the execution of the subdivision participation and release form. Both of those items should be in our motion with the judge's authorization. Is there any further discussion? Entertain that motion.
So move to approve with all necessary signatures to it.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Richardson to accept the proposed bankruptcy plan for Purdue Pharma LP and approve the execution of the subdivision participation and release form with all necessary signatures authorized. Is there any further discussion or comment? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item number 5 is consider to take action on order authorizing continuation of the Northeast Healthcare Provider Participation District. Mr. Davis.
Yes, I'm filling in all the way. My understanding that Buddy with the hospital could not be here today. As y'all know, he normally comes and visits with us about this. But we are in a participation agreement with Lamar and Hopkins counties. That our current agreement expires every 2 years and is required by the former statute to be renewed every 2 years. And they went back this last legislative cycle and they modified that chapter, and they removed that requirement that they be renewed. They removed the requirement that they expire every 2 years. And so it's time to renew our agreement for one, but we're renewing the agreement. And the only big change is that we have removed any expiration date in that agreement. So essentially it will be perpetual unless one of us decides to cancel it, which I think is better. It alleviates one more step of the court having to come back every 2 years and renew that agreement. And if you were to miss that deadline, you could actually negatively impact the funding for our hospital system.
Questions?
I think it's been a good deal. I think Dr. Kern was here a few weeks ago and we asked him a question about how it was working, I think, for the hospitals, because I think what this does is helps that on Medicare payments and stuff. And we were in a district, if I remember, that it got large enough where we was cut off at a cap where there wasn't any more. So we formed our own district with 3 other counties, and this is what allowed more money to come in for these hospitals and stuff. So they said it's working pretty well.
Yeah, we were tied in with the Smith County and the Tyler hospitals, and so they were at the top end.
And each county appoints a representative to a board, which Ms. Monk is our representative in this. Do you have any comments on this? Okay.
I mean, I think it's good for our hospital. It brings them a lot of funding. It's, at least from my perspective, a simple process.
When you look across the state and you look at the state of rural health care, it's programs like this that set us apart of being able to have the infrastructure that we do here that most counties our size or smaller don't have. So it's a good program. And it is intended to draw down federal dollars to support the healthcare system. Any further discussions? Entertain a motion.
So moved to approve with all necessary signatures.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve or an order authorizing the continuation of the Northeast Healthcare Provider Participation District with all necessary signatures. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item number 6 is consider and take action on the rural fire protection contract agreement and authorize county judge to execute agreements with fire departments receiving funds. And at this time, I would ask for Mr. Strom, if he would come forward. Also with us, we have the fire marshal and I guess that's it. I thought I saw Brandon earlier. Mr. Strom?
Good morning, Court. This is item number 6 on our agenda today. This is rural fire protection contract agreements for the year 2025 under the Local Government Code 352 and the Government Code 791. So this is contracts that would be, these are form contracts that would allow the county judge to enter into agreements with fire departments, namely volunteer fire departments, but other fire departments that provide rural fire protection to the residents of the county that don't live within a municipality. This would allow for performance criteria and oversight for maintaining insurance coverage and making sure that these fire departments do their required reporting into the reporting systems, and that would give oversight for the county fire marshal to kind of oversee these contracts. We were waiting for areas of coverage for the rural fire protection areas, and also determining what amounts would be allocated per department. And then lastly, giving a return date for these agreements to be turned back into the county for final approval. So.
Court, questions? I will add a little bit of background to this. There has been quite a bit of activity of merging of fire departments, as the court knows, which means changing of call areas of service. We spent the last, with the fire marshal and the president of the Fire Chiefs Association, working to redesignate those lines with the combination, with the merging of those departments. It has allowed for this year's contract to continue as we have in years past. It is a lump sum payment going out since we are in the 8th month of 2025. And it is the step to finish that before we pick up the 2026 contracts, which will be following and a part of and following our 2026 budget process. We reviewed the pay schedule in our last budget workshop, and that is what we are proposing from that pay schedule that has been allocated to the entities, and that's what's up for proposal. I'll ask our fire marshal if she would come forward and share any additional information that she would like.
The main thing the court had discussed, like you said, the payments for the individual fire department entities. The contract handles not only requirements for carrying insurance, training, that, all the kind of things that we need to make sure that our fire departments are doing, going to be ready for their jobs, taking care of the county. I don't know.
So this contract is strictly with the fire department, has nothing to do with the ESD, correct?
Yes.
And but they still have some things that they should do every 3 or 4 months?
Yes, sir. Each of the departments that are receiving funds from the county are required to show where they spent those funds. They've got to give us something to be able to turn back into the auditor's office to be able to prove that. And also they need to be in compliance both with reporting their fire.
And what is that reporting? Is there 2 agencies or is there just one?
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying
Okay.
There's a national reporting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, that's what I was.
What's
forgive
that called?
me. That's called NERIS.
Okay.
NERIS, National Emergency Response Information System. So that's the national reporting that the fire calls need to go to. Those, getting that done also is going to show up so that the county can, and the state have that reporting information for funding also, okay? And then the reporting to our office through the fire form that's on the county website, that allows us right here to also just make sure that the calls are being reported to, we know how many calls for each department and make sure it matches what was turned in on the national reporting.
Okay.
Further questions, comments? This has been a
It's in the
8-month
process.
endeavor.
I just don't know where to go. Forgive me.
No. Mr. Strom, is there anything you'd like to add?
I just want to make sure, we had mentioned, NERIS was mentioned, and I think right now we're still under TexFers and NEFers, and then we're going to be transitioning into NERIS. So,
And for those that don't know, those are the reporting systems again that continually change. Here
Yes.
is the latest, correct?
correct.
Okay. All right. Court, and as what we'll do is we're approving the contract form and authorizing the judge to sign as they come in. What's the date?
There's a blank portion of that contract that leaves in a date. I don't know if a final date is ever set. I think it's usually like, is it 30 days or 60 days maybe?
So I think it said 30.
Usually 30.
So, Fire Marshal, do you have a recommendation, how many days to allow them to, before we require these back? If it was our normal process, we normally allowed them 60 days following. We're so late in the year.
You know, I think most all of the departments, you know, they've been calling us pretty regularly. I bet we can probably get it in 35 if we want to give them 45 days, an extra 15, cut the difference, or 30s should be fine because everybody's been waiting on this, so they should actually have all their documents, you know, available at this time.
Court?
I think 30 days would be accurate at this time.
Okay. Any further comments? What we're looking for is a motion to approve the contracts with a return date of September 5th with the county judge's authorization to sign.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the rural fire protection contract form due back by September the 5th with the judge's authorization to sign.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the 2025 contract agreement between Henderson County and the fire departments for rural fire protection with a return date of September 5th with the county judge's authorization to sign. Is there any further discussion, and could I have butchered that anymore? If not, all those in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you all for the work on this, because as I was stating, it's been an eight-month process. The involvement of the Fire Chiefs Association, the departments, the Fire Marshal's office, and the County Attorney's office, greatly appreciated. Let's go to the next one, which is item 7, consider and take action on contract agreement between Henderson County and the Henderson County Fire Chiefs Association. Mr. Strong.
Thank you, Court. This is item number 7 on the agenda. This is a contract between the county and the Henderson County Fire Chiefs Association, the local Fire Chiefs Association. This would be a contract that, if the court so finds that it serves a public service, would enter into with the Fire Chiefs Association, where the consideration for that agreement would be that the county is looking for some kind of oversight or central liaison that could provide training and a training area, training facilities, kind of mentoring and overseeing all of the local fire departments in the rural county. So as we just discussed in the prior agenda item, there's various fire departments that would be contracting with the county, and is their ability to have a central liaison that can take care of all of those fire departments and kind of manage them as far as training goes. And so this contract would allow for that.
Court, questions?
I think what this contract does is our previous contract, you had to be in good standings with a member of the Fire Chiefs Association. And if you're not a member of the Fire Chiefs Association, then the other contract doesn't work for us. They're the ones that organizes and keeps all their paperwork, their training, background checks, and all that stuff intact. So
That's correct. And also making sure that they're in compliance with Homeland Security initiatives and national and Texas and local fire department initiatives.
Do we know the specific amount that we'll be paying the association? Because it's blank.
on the list, on that spreadsheet we discussed last week, yeah, it's a sum of $11,000.
Okay.
Any further questions or comments? Entertain a motion with county judge's authorization to sign.
So moved to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the contract agreement between Henderson County and the Henderson County Fire Chiefs Association with the county judge's authorization to sign. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you all. Item number 8 is consider and take action on the donation of waste concrete riprap from Tracy Holder to Henderson County Precinct 4. Commissioner.
Yes, Court, we was approached Tracy Holder, that he had some waste concrete riprap in our pile that we have there at the county barn that we use for washouts and stuff like that during major rains and floods. It's gotten pretty low, and he's offered to donate this riprap to us if we would come pick it up off of his yard.
Okay. Court, questions? Any additions, discussion from the county attorney's office? Okay. If there's no other discussion, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to accept waste concrete riprap from Tracy Holder as a donation to Henderson County Precinct 4 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner McCam to accept a donation of waste concrete riprap from Tracy Holder to Henderson County Precinct 4 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item 9, consider and take action to appoint new member to Emergency Service District Number 11 Board of Commissioners for a term ending December 31, 2025. Commissioner.
Yes, Court, this is a little different here. We've got 2 people that's come forward and showed interest in wanting to be on the Emergency Service District. We had one person resign, Tress Wynn. He moved out of the district, and he has stayed on until we located or had some applicants that wanted to be part of the ESD 11 Board of Commissioners. I've got 2 people on here. One is J.C. Bushman. He's got his bio there that y'all can read over and look at. And then the other one was Deanne Parnell. I've read through these and looked at them. And Miss Parnell, she is does work for FEMA, and she has just took another job in FEMA and not real sure about what her duties and stuff are, or how often she's going to be in the area. As y'all know, FEMA people move around a lot from disaster to disaster. So that's one deal that I looked at that we may keep her for a later time if someone else decides to pull out and stuff. But I would recommend J.C. Bushman to take this place at this time, unless anybody else has any other comments on it.
Court, questions for the Commissioner? Comments? Hearing none, Commissioner?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Trace Wynn from ESD number 11 Board of Commissioners and appoint a new member, J.C. Bushman, with a term ending December the 31st, 2025.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner Spivey to accept the resignation of Trace Wynn and appointment of J.C. Bushman as a new member to the Emergency Service District Number 11 Board of Commissioners for a term ending December 31, 2025. Any further discussion or comments? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item 10, receive financial reports. We have today the combined JP District and County Courts financials. These are available for viewing after court if so desired from the public. Item 11 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and counts cash sheet, which we have none. Item 12 is consider and take action on submitted contracts. No contracts. And item 13 is consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits.
Precinct 1.
Commissioner Spivey.
Yes, Court, this is a notice of proposed utility line activity for Aqua Services to install 2-inch PVC sewer main approximately 300 feet south on County Road 1411 south. And the work will be done approximately 12 feet off the road in the right-of-way, and they'll be boring under the driveway and entrenching the rest.
Questions for the commissioner? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the notice of proposed utility line activity with Aqua Services on County Road 1411 South located in Precinct 1 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Tooley to approve the right-of-way agreement with Aqua Services for installation of a 2-inch sewer main on County Road 1411 in Precinct 1 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 14 is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. No amendments. And item 15 is consider and take action on payment of bills. Ms. Carpenter.
Sir, we have fiscal year 2025 in the amount of $619,194.66.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
No questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley.
I have none.
Commissioner McKim.
I had none.
Commissioner Richardson.
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2025 bills in the amount of $619,194.66 as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the bills in the amount of $619,194.64 as presented. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item 16 is consider and take action on submitted plats.
No plats.
No plats. Item 17 is open and consider bids, which we have none. And then item 18 is to convene into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 to discuss personnel matters involving the fire marshal. We have a motion and a time and a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to move into executive session at 9:50.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam to move into executive session at 9:50. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. We will convene into executive session in 8 minutes. Thank y'all. Item 19 is a reconvene into open session. Can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to move back into regular session at 11:52.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCann to reconvene into open session at 11:52. All those in favor? Passes. At this point, it's consider and take action on matters discussed in executive session. Court, any action to take at this time? All right, then we will move to item 20, which is consider and take action to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Sorry.
Motion by Commissioner Tooley second by Commissioner McCann to adjourn at 11:52. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Thank you for being with us.